Hey guys, welcome back to the Hear Me Roar pod. I am Toby and my co-host is none other than the Kate Save, which you might know her from Shark Tank. She's also founder of BeFit Foods and picked up Telstra's Business of the Year award too. Kate?
Well, Toby, you've got a super impressive CV, 25 years in global commercialisation experience, and you founded Creative Cubes, Australia's leading co-working space and real estate business.
All right, let's get on with the pod.
Hey Toby, what's going on this week?
Another week, another pod.
Yeah, now this one's intimate, should I say?
Ooh, hello.
Yeah, so our next guest, she does shapewear, but therapy shapewear that's actually good for you as a female, as opposed to compressing things in and squashing them, pushing things the wrong way.
Interesting. And do you wear this sort of stuff?
I wish I knew about it after I had my two girls, because I had that separation of the abdominis.
Okay.
Did your wife have that?
No, but no? I'm completely separated from my abdominals.
So have you heard about this? So when you have the baby,
did you have a
get
cesarean?
Pregnant, no.
Okay.
But your abdominal muscles separate so that you can fit the baby in the stomach, and then it's supposed to close back and come back.
And yours didn't?
No, and they couldn't actually find mine, and that's because they were around my back.
Hey.
They were 10 inches apart. So I had to have massive surgery, so I've now got this big scar from here to here. They went through an old scar though, because I had a tumour when I was 19, so they got to reopen that up. It's really ugly. I can put it on camera, James.
Can we get some B-roll of that? No, we don't want to put people off.
It's like it's a sad face, because that's certainly not a happy face.
Well, you need to just do handstands.
Yes.
And there's a big smiley face upside down. That's super interesting. I had no idea.
So we'll get Rosie to tell us all about it.
Okay. Well, let's hear from the group or the team at Rise. And after the break, we'll hear from Rosie. Guys, I want to introduce you to Rise, a business cohort like no other. So what is the Rise Network? Rise Network is a curated inner circle of 10 to 12 like-minded peers designed to provide a confidential, high-trust environment where business owners and leaders can gain strategic insights, actionable solutions, and lasting relationships. Rise isn't just networking, it's a game-changing business support system. It has strategic problem solving built in, expert facilitation, actionable insights, long-term impact and authentic relationships, and it's based exclusively around high-trust cohorts. For your membership, you gain full access to Creative Cubes. That means you can drop in when you're on the run to use the meeting rooms, breakout spaces, or even just dock in for the day. We wanted to serve the underserved, the people that do need the help, do need the support, don't necessarily have the funds to be able to do it, and don't necessarily fit into one of these other organizations. And so that's where Rise kind of came from. So there you have it, guys. Go to werise.au, and I hope to see you at one of our cohorts soon.
Welcome to the pod, Rosie.
Thanks so much for having me.
I'm holding on tight because I heard intimate. I'm worried about my abdominals here. What's going on?
Can you give the ins and outs of the separation to Toby?
No
so
pun
he
intended,
understands
Kate.
what we're talking about?
I'll give you a dram or a diastasis recti, as we call it, 101.
Should I be clinching or what's going on?
No, all good.
All right.
So as Kate really aptly explained earlier, when someone becomes pregnant and the body needs to make space for a baby, it does so by stretching out connective tissue, our muscles, our fascia, our ligaments, all kind of, end up with
I have appreciation for that. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. And so, actually by about 30 weeks of pregnancy, some literature cites up to 100% of women will have the separation. So it's actually normal because we're making space for the growing human. However, it can persist after pregnancy.
Right.
During pregnancy, it can cause some sort of pain and, it's linked to having some other kind of issues as well. But really when it persists after having a baby, that's when it can sort of continue to be a problem. And it's not.
So you've created product to solve for this exclusively?
Not exclusively for this. So I have come at our product development from a really holistic perspective. So my background is in physio, as a sort of sports physio and a crazy triathlete and mountain running kind of person. But back in the day, I'm really passionate about just keeping people physically active, because we know it's linked to good mental health outcomes as well. And so, when I got pregnant, I actually was physioing and also had a yoga studio that I was running and teaching like a lot of yoga. And there just wasn't anything out there on the market that I felt really supported my body as it changed through pregnancy. And I wanted to be able to stand on my feet all day, practice yoga, just, all the things. And so I bought everything basically on the market, tested it out. And I remember this one moment putting on a pair of like market leadings, like massive global brand that does compression and had dabbled a little bit in maternity, and just like spent $200 on this, and I just burst into tears. It's like, I can't wear that in front of myself, let alone someone else. And it didn't even do the job. So I dropped $200. It looked horrendous. It felt horrendous, and it didn't actually serve the job. So I was like, right, I think I can do better than this.
There must be a better way, is what every entrepreneur goes through their head to start something.
And it definitely gets more intimate. It's not just about separation.
Yes, do tell. So, our real point of difference, or the juicy bits, is that we support...
I'm in.
Pardon the pun.
Shut up and take my money.
Is that we really support holistic recovery and prevention. So our secret sauce is what we call a FemmeCore sling. So it sits internally and invisibly inside our product and provides a lift and support to the pelvic floor and pelvic organs, and helps to heal the reason why women sort of persist having issues down the track. So that sling and it's really our proprietary sort of bit is a ratio of support in different areas of how the garment applies pressure to the body. So that's our real secret sauce that we've spent a lot of money patenting, and with good reason.
And are you focused on one area, or are you talking about the whole body?
Yeah, so we, at the moment, our range is really around holistic support for the pelvic floor and abdomen, I guess, with a focus on pelvic floor.
Can you explain the pelvic floor?
Yeah, so the pelvic floor is a group of muscles that sits sort of deep within the pelvis. It underlies the pelvis, and the muscles attached from the pubis at the front through the coccyx or the tailbone at the back. And they, have a lot of different functions and slightly different in men and women, but sort of the same. They basically control what goes in and what goes out. Yep. I'll leave you to think more about that. And also, support the organs and the things that are inside of the pelvic floor. And they also are involved in intimacy. So the superficial muscles around sort of pleasure.
Here we go.
Pelvic floor muscles.
Now we're talking, So would it be fair to say, let's just go back to the pregnancy thing, and then we can move on to how people get pregnant. Would it be fair to say that, is it true that a woman's pelvic floor is forever changed post-pregnancy, and that sometimes they have a hard time? Like, I know of women that have had children, and then they've said, since I've had a child, I can't run for longer because I feel like I need to go to the toilet.
100%. Yeah. Look, I mean, it's the sort of extent to which women experience problems ongoing after having a baby is really related to the type of delivery they had. So we see different, it's not exclusive that you'll have pelvic floor issues with a vaginal delivery. You can still have pelvic floor issues with a cesarean section, which I can explain a little bit more later. But women who deliver vaginally have about a 50% rate of having something called pelvic organ prolapse. So basically the ligaments have stretched, and either the rectum, the uterus, or the bladder are sort of sitting in a different position, usually slightly lower or changed, and that can cause symptoms. And quite often women can experience leakage after having a baby due to perhaps that change in connective tissue. The urethra, or the sort of tube between the bladder and the outside world, has a much more likelihood of being what we call hypermobile. So it kind of moves a lot. And so when someone sneezes or does something that's requires a lot of pressure, instead of like providing a buffer to that pressure and closing off it, if that sort of...
It just flaps in the wind.
Yeah, right. And so then we can have leakage. Look, that's just one example of many reasons why leakage can occur. But, so 40% of Australian women have issues ongoing after having a baby. 50% of delivered vaginally will have a prolapse but may or may not have symptoms. And if you've delivered via C-section, you still can have other problems like pain.
And you're a mother of 4. Yeah. So let's say you are all good after 1. There's a compounding effect here, surely.
Yeah. Look, there is, but it really depends on your sort of delivery mode, because if you have forceps delivery, then you're much more likely to have a tear or episiotomy, and those kind of problems, lend you to being more likely to have ongoing issues, unfortunately.
Isn't it unbelievable that 50% or 40 to 50% of women go through this,
yes.
and the majority of people listening probably have families or children and may not know that their wife, their partner experiences
but then if you've got more than one kid, I wonder if that increases the chances, so that 50%
Oh goodness,
increases?
I would have to like consult my research book, but I think it really comes back to, you could have a really amazing first delivery and then a rubbish second delivery, and it's really...
We were the opposite. We had a rubbish first delivery and like a breeze for the second.
Second is like, we used to live on St Kilda Road in Melbourne, and our hospital for our kids was the St Vincent, so it's like a 10-minute drive. My husband's a V8 supercar driver, or retired now, but was at the time. And
always handy to get there quick.
Yeah, and he's like, how much of an emergency is this? And I'm like, no, this is an emergency. So 100 k's an hour, I hope there's no policemen listening, down the tram tracks on St Kilda Road into the city, and we got there with 6 minutes to spare, and he popped out. But not all births are like that.
Well, I'll tell you about my birth. Not that I gave it, but I lived in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And I went to a Laker game, and came home and went to sleep. And I woke up and I hear my wife going, Tobes, and we knew our daughter's name before she was born. Maddie's coming. And I was like, what? And I woke up and Sim's in the bathroom. And so I was like, what? And I just ran in the bathroom as fast as I could, slipped, went face first into the cabinet. No word of a lie. Yeah.
Like
dead
on
set.
the broken waters? Or what did you slip on?
Yeah. Her waters are broken. Straight into the cabinet. Got myself like, okay, what are we doing? She's like, it's okay. And she calmed me down. And then she started to remove her nail polish and clean herself up and do a whole bunch of like, well, we got to go. And she's like, no. It's only the first, like, we're not ready yet, but we're like happening. So I was like, can I get in and have a shower? No, because I want to have a shower and clean myself up, because I just gone face first into the cabinet here and slid across with my knees and all the rest of it. Embryonic all over the place. And then actually Maddie didn't arrive for like 14 hours until after.
Yeah.
So like the idea of me like, we got to go and get in the car and all the, it didn't happen like that for us.
It's just not like unfortunately the media does a pretty like horrendous job of making birth a scary thing and portraying it in a way that, I really hope that most women don't have to give birth actually. Like it shouldn't be like my waters are broken, shit, quick, let's get to
I was in the movie. I was like, okay, it's broken. We've got minutes.
Yeah.
But in actual fact, she didn't arrive until, that was like 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't think she arrived until 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. My first one was 7 hours and the second one was 2 hours.
Harper was pretty cool. Actually, Harper, we had a false start on the Friday and she was born on the Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
But when she came on the Sunday, it was like pretty quick, like 30 minutes of pushing. And that was
wow.
it. Yeah.
Mine have all been like that. 30
Yeah?
minutes and yeah,
So super interesting. I don't know if in Los Angeles, they had this thing called the salad. And this is more.
I'm like, what did you do?
Oh, yeah.
Where is this going?
James, can we cut to the B-roll of me sliding through the bathroom? Not really. And actually, there's a book at this cafe. It says if you eat the salad and you're pregnant, like within 48 hours, you'll deliver.
So I'm guessing it was like spicy, raspberry leaf tea, like...
Yeah, a lot of lemon, maybe, like citrus, maybe.
I definitely called it up and had beef vindaloo.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Extra spicy beef vindaloo. And I thought that night I was giving birth, but I wasn't. It was definitely the curry.
Wow.
And then
Wrong
the
hole.
next day... Contractions.
Okay, that's all right. Yeah, that's right.
Contractions.
Different, like a different kind of an earthquake or something.
Oh, Oh, golly, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Like, I'm curious to know whether or not it's good for men. I actually had kidney stones. No, I'm serious. I mean, dead serious. I had kidney stones, and they zapped me, that they had to go. And I haven't been able to control my bladder since.
It's actually a very valid question.
Yeah, it's like, I know.
It's a super valid question. So we haven't got to the product development of that bit yet, but it's absolutely possible.
I mean, dead serious, because I didn't give birth to anything, but I actually had to pass stones. And the only way to pass stones is the same way you give birth.
Yeah.
And so there's been damage along the tracks because these things are really sharp. And as a result, I'm curious to know for all the men listening out there, whether or not they're kind of feeling the same way. I don't have an issue with my pelvic floor, but actually, like, there's an issue there because of potentially the damage of the stones.
Yeah, well, the kidney is sort of, I guess, what we call like the upper urinary tract.
Yes.
And the bladder is the lower urinary tract.
Yes.
So, yeah, absolutely. There's a link there in terms of what you've experienced. I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it's
yeah.
At least it's a physio you're telling your problems to.
I'm not listening.
Not
There's
the- not the
50,000
barista.
people listening to this right now.
Yeah, but men have a pelvic floor too, and men suffer from, incontinence, both urinary and fecal. Actually, as we get older and as we age, it's a little bit more common in men to have fecal incontinence, even though...
Well, that evens up the score a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because 40 to
It does if you're eating
50% of women.
spicy.
Yeah, but it's kind of in the realms of like maybe 6 to 10% or something when you hit that sort of nursing home age. So it's not quite evening up the score,
All right.
but just,
Where are you selling your product?
Well, at the moment, we are direct to consumer mainly online. We also have a really nice health professional network of other physios and, people that work with women's health who it's like an affiliate style program. They recommend our product. And then we have got a couple of wholesalers and sort of like consignment people. But yeah, we're sort of needing to like grow our wholesale distribution and distribution in general. So I've just hired a new person in our sort of marketing team so I can step over and focus a little bit more on
I love the direct to consumer, but I'm just trying to think about like locations that one would go to in order to purchase this type of product.
Baby Bunting.
Is that, I was thinking Baby Bunting.
Absolutely.
One of my friends is the CEO of Baby
I
Bunting.
thought that.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
There we go.
Yeah. Mark Tepperson. Yeah. Have you seen Baby Bunting's stock price, by the way? Oh, James, can we pull it up? Mark's been in the role, I think, like maybe 6 or 12 months.
Yeah.
And it's like skyrocketed.
Skyrocketed.
Well, my sister's pregnant, so I'm sure she's
She's contributing to the fund.
contributing.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Any
I
pregnant
feel like I
person,
funded
thank
Baby
you.
Bunting having 4 children.
Oh, me too. And especially the bugaboos and those really
the
expensive
bugaboos.
brands.
Yeah, they're great.
Well,
but
she's
like,
got whatever the new thing is. It's leather.
Oh yeah. We just back in my day, like all those years ago.
Yes.
We just sewed some leather on the bugaboo.
Hold on a second. You said you got 4 kids under 9.
Yeah, I do.
It's not
so like
that
it's a long
not
time
that
ago.
long ago.
My first pregnancy is nearly a decade ago.
That's amazing.
Jesus.
And what do you have?
I've got 3 boys,
Wow.
and then so in sort of descending age order, 3 boys, and then the last is a girl.
One girl. Wow.
Little firecracker. We've been,
amazing.
We spent the winter up and back to Mount Buller, and she's literally like just crazy. She's 4 years old and she can like ski backwards, do the rails, like go over jumps.
My Maddie's been
4.
skiing before she could walk as well. She was skiing at 1.5.
It's so crazy.
It's amazing. And I feel so old and so like out of shape compared to like she can just take off, and I'm still quite cautious.
Oh, don't be cautious.
It's amazing though. Buller. We were in Buller 2-3 weeks ago. It was amazing.
Probably
skiing in I was skiing in a t-shirt.
Past us, by the sounds of it.
No, she's awesome. Harper went for the first time. We're way off topic, but Harper went for the first time. I put her in ski school and she cried. She's 10. She said, Dad, I don't want to do this. I was like, in order for you to go up there, you got to do the fundamentals down here. She did her first hour of ski school. I go, how'd she go? She's a natural. See, Dad, I told you I could do it. I was like, great. Does she need to come again? Well, she needs to learn how to turn. So that'll be the next lesson. And she's like, dead ass straight in my face. Dad, fuck it. We're going to the top. Just like this. And I was like, babe, you don't know how to turn. She goes, we're just going to wing it. And so I took her to the top. I was like, all right, but if you're coming down on your face, we're going straight back into school. And we spent 3 days on the mountain together just doing such awesome stuff. She was amazing.
Amazing. My sister tried that with my mum, and my mum said, if you can get up on the pommel, the round thing?
Oh, the pommel.
Pommel. Then you can ski down. And so she made it up. But on the way down, she got airborne, went into the Welcome to Mount Bauble sign, and then ended
Welcome
up
to
in
the
that
village.
little the little skidoo.
not a
So that was
skidoo.
fun.
Amazing.
Yeah, we got plenty of photos.
Yeah.
That was a highlight of a school show and tell.
Back to the product.
Yes, wrapping up. I think.
So you're looking for distribution? Because there's a lot of people that listen to this show.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I see we've just launched our latest range is really, really cool. It's a leak-proof recovery brief that actually stops the reason why women experience leakage in the first place. So think of like a Modi body or a Thinx or that sort of period underwear that's out there.
Yep.
We do have the absorbent features, but we actually provide an anatomical lift and support to the pelvic floor and the connective tissue that's, I guess, been stretched. And we're just getting I literally get teary when I think about the women that are writing into us about how it's changing their lives.
Amazing.
It's just so great. So that's
Not to send us back into the giggles, but you
What
said
does this
something.
mean for men?
No, I was just saying, well, yes and no, but you said something about intimacy. Do you wear this while you're being intimate, or
No, but we do know that pelvic floor function and sort of sexual pleasure are very much related.
And so you're and then as a result you're trying to also, whilst this is helping, I guess superficially, you still got to work on building up that core, right?
Definitely, absolutely. So, I mean, we don't have any data on our product and, whether or not it improves your experience of intimacy. But we do know with women who, particularly when you've had a cesarean section or there's been birth trauma, we can have a lot of sensitivity or pain. Pain with intimacy is quite common, particularly after C-section and traumatic birth. But, our goal is to sort of, I guess, create a holistic support so that muscles that are working too hard can just sort of back off a bit, and that can often help improve, symptoms of pain.
Definitely.
To pelvic floor overload, or we'd call it high tone, or being too tight.
So for all the listeners out there, I'm going to get your details, your website, all in the show notes. So we'll link everything there. What are maybe the 2 or 3 things that you're looking for in business? You're looking for distribution.
Yeah.
So Mark, if you're listening, I'll make sure he listens. You're looking for distribution of product. Would Baby Bunting be
Absolutely.
Anyone else? Like any other retailers?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely lots of different ways we could go. I do think in specific sort of pharmacy could be helpful. It just has to be sort of in the right location.
Someone I know has a very deep relationship with Chemist Warehouse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely for our briefs, I would think that could be a really great channel. And then, more bespoke for the pregnancy and postpartum. I think in pharmacy it needs to be attached to a women's health hospital, for example, for it to really have, any...
And where do you live here in Melbourne? You live in Melbourne?
Just in Kew,
Okay.
Close by.
There's an Airlie's Women Clinic.
Yes, there is in Armadale.
Yeah, there's a few of them. That might be a great
definitely
distribution arm for you.
Yeah, definitely. So we are slowly growing out that sort of affiliate and wholesale network in terms of health professionals. They're one of our biggest allies.
So beyond distribution, obviously you're selling direct to consumer where you can't get it locally in your... So anyone listening, we actually have a big audience from the US.
We've got health insurance rebates on our products as well. So if you've got health insurance,
that's a great...
you can get a rebate. Yeah.
What does that look like?
So it really depends on your level of cover, but basically when you get your receipt from us online, it's got like a ARTG or a TGA number, and then that usually just needs to be plugged in and the receipt sent to your health insurance, and then how much you get back will really depend on your level of cover.
Plan you've got,
like some women get up to $90 back on their obstetric stuff. Yeah,
super cool. And maybe give us one other thing that you may be looking for. Like there's a lot of people listening.
You know what? I was listening to this podcast yesterday on the Add to Cart podcast. I don't know if you listened to that, but they were interviewing the founder of Before You Speak.
Yes.
And I was like, I think I need to start thinking a little bit outside the box on, collaborations with other businesses, because I always think traditionally I've thought okay, so it's like mum's skincare, or it's, that it's the sort of very I don't know, the traditional stuff. But then I was like, what is one thing that mums cannot live without? And I'm like, coffee, so I'm like, that's, I guess, a bad segue into just other kind of collaborative brands that perhaps they sell to the same customer, but we're non-competing, and things like coffee.
We partnered, Be Fit Food partnered with Before We Speak.
Oh, did
years
you?
ago, we used to range all their products. They're amazing.
Yeah, because I love all their the functional side as well. Obviously, as a dietitian,
have you tried it?
No.
It's functional coffee, so it's got
I didn't drink coffee.
You don't drink coffee?
No, my energy is off the chart. If I had coffee, my head would blow off.
Oh my God, I love that you don't need coffee in this modern day life.
I took a week off.
I actually have never had a sip of coffee in my life.
Oh,
How have you not been tempted? Like the smell is just,
I don't know.
No, fair enough.
It didn't make its way to me.
I'm unsure if we can be friends after this.
I'm sorry, yeah. But I actually think
Chai
you
latte?
I don't think you'd be able to be friends with me if I was drinking coffee. I think my energy would just be through the roof.
Do you like if you go for coffee?
Oh, no, this podcast is about you, not about me.
I'm not
I honestly, I used to drink a lot of like sodas and energy drinks, not energy like Red Bull, but like Gatorades and stuff after sport. And when I lived in the US, everything's bottomless. I found myself only post surgery, only drinking water. And so I have sparkling water. And so they would bring out a San Pellegrino, 1.5 litre San Pellegrino, and I would smash that at dinner.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'm like, holy shit, I've been drinking 1.5 litres at dinner of Diet Coke or Coke or whatever for years. Like it was actually quite so like I genuinely only drink water. I had some orange juice on the weekend because we were here at the South Melbourne markets and my daughter's like, Dad, you got to try this orange juice, which is fine. But I'm just typically just a water guy. Yeah, sparkling water is as fancy as it gets. Yeah. I'm not really into food.
It works.
Yeah, I like it. But this is about you and your business.
Sorry.
There are a couple of female brands in our ecosystem. I think there's some stuff that we support in the women's bathrooms. I can't remember their name.
They're amazing. I saw them in there actually.
I can get one of my team members to connect you to them. I think there'll be a nice collaboration there. There's a whole bunch of companies that I think would really value this. What I was thinking while you were talking is some of your customers are your biggest advocates.
Absolutely.
And I just wonder whether or not you could enable them to sort of become an affiliate /
like ambassadors,
small business owner.
Yeah.
Like my sister-in-law runs a cosmetics business out of the US. She's here in Australia, but the cosmetics business is over there, and she's had such success with it that they've set her up as one of their sort of like territory managers in Victoria. She does exceptionally well with it. Amazing. But it's not sold through retail. It's not sold traditionally. It's sold through people that have
online, like the TikTok shop.
Really have enjoyed. No, they've really had gains and benefits from the product.
Yeah, okay.
That they're like, this helped me, and it's empowered them to want to charge it forward.
Like a B2B affiliate, which is what we're doing, with our consumers.
Yeah, they pick up, I guess they're, the old Tupperware parties.
Yeah. I was thinking like the Avon lady.
Yeah.
There was like the lingerie brand that used to do that.
Intimates.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be quite powerful because your customers, really I know for us, like I was just in the bathroom again, I don't know why we're talking about this, but I closed the door and it said, hey, if you enjoy yourself here, refer your friend and we'll give you a $500 voucher. I'm like, we're doing that here for our members. Yeah. I can only imagine how that would be so much more powerful for you in having your customers pay it forward to their customers.
Yeah, definitely.
That could be quite powerful.
Rewards programs and stuff. We are definitely in that.
As long as you got like a range for them to sell and it's not just a thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's not like my other sister-in-law came up with this idea. I was like, it's a product. It's not a business. It's just a product. Like you can't make a business out of one. It's just imagine you had one SKU at BeFit. It's an amazing product, but like it's just a product. Yes. It's not a business. Whereas you need range to be able to.
Absolutely.
This has been fascinating. I hope the listeners have enjoyed the banter. Thank you for coming on, Rosie.
Thank you for
and congratulations on all your success. Hopefully we'll play a role in the next step.
Yeah,
and I'll absolutely flick something to Tepper to see whether or not you'll probably put it onto someone. He's the CEO.
Tag him.
Yeah, well, I'll DM him. I will. No, I'll send him a text. It'll be fine. Yeah.
Slide into his DMs.
Yeah, I always do. He's quite responsive, so awesome. He's amazing. He's doing an amazing job. But thank you for coming on. We're going to duck to a quick ad break thanks to our friends at Luna, and Kate and I will be back to wrap. weareluna.co is a great place for you and your business to start off with phenomenal accounting and legal services. So if you're a startup or a scale-up looking for legal and finance support, or alternatively looking to raise capital, weareluna.co is where you need to be starting off. Kate, I
love to see your sensitive side, Toby. I knew we could have a serious conversation.
Wait, do you not always get that from me?
I do. And that's why I knew Rosie would feel comfortable in here and that we could have this conversation.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like the softest guy you'll ever meet. I'm a entrepreneur and trailblazer, but like I go home and report to my girls.
Yeah.
And serve them and my mum and my sisters and my sister-in-laws, and I'm always looking up at the women in my world.
And it is such an important topic because it's not talked about and certainly not talked about by men.
Yeah.
And it's something that would be, better to be out there than to be hidden.
We've uncovered a lot this, the last, I think we're in like 35, 36 episodes now.
Woohoo.
Yeah. I think that we've covered a lot. Like people have come in here and been very vulnerable and very transparent.
Yes.
Which was the aim. It's raw and unfiltered, right?
Yeah.
Which was sort of like the mission and vision for this podcast. If we can make one person's life better from listening to some of the stories that come through here, mission accomplished. And if that can get more than one, even better. But Rosie sounds amazing. We never talked about her racing car husband.
No.
I think that's a service. Yeah,
Yeah.
supercar. I think that's a service in itself. I wonder, he could be not the Uber, but like, hey, I'm pregnant.
Yes,
get him there very quickly.
Yeah. We just need someone to sort of keep the authorities at bay.
Yeah. Well, if they can catch him, it sounds like you'd be outpacing them.
Yeah.
But great. We're going to link all of that all in the show notes. We'll share more on Rosie and all of her products. And Kate, best of luck with your spicy food.
Thank you.
That's what I learned on this pod. See you guys.
See ya.